Hi everyone, thanks for stopping by. Today I'll be creating this layout, so yummy, using the Elle Studio September kit, as well as the Elle Studio My Heart stamp, and the Autumn Days 6 by 8.5 papers. So to start off my layout, I am using a 12 by 12 piece of blue cardstock and a piece of white cardstock, which I have cut down to 11.5 by 11.5. I'll be using the blue paper as a frame around my white paper, and I will be inking all my edges with Tim Holtz Distress Oxide in Hickory Smoke. I'm going to adhere my white cardstock down to the blue so that I could begin the process of creating my layout. So I really love the Elle Studio monthly kits. They're super inexpensive, and I love all the stuff that comes in it. I am not really a Project Life or pocket scrapbooker, but I do love the 3x4 cards because, as you can see here, it really creates a really fun layout. So I'm taking my 8.5 by not 8.5, my 6 by 8.5 paper, and I am cutting strips, which if you look closely at the paper, there are strips already created. So I just wanted to make a border, and I will be lining up the paper, and you honestly cannot tell that these are two pieces of 6.5 paper or 6-inch paper. There is no way to tell. So I do basically 4 pieces so that they frame around my 3x4 cards. And then my cards will be going right above, right on top of them, as if it was framing the picture. Now my only complaint is that I went a little too high. I wish I would have gone a little lower, but which was my original plan, as you can see here. But I don't know what happened when I started adhering things. I actually brought it up a little higher. So if you're a subscriber to my channel, I just want to say thank you for being a subscriber. And if you haven't subscribed, please click on the subscribe button below, as well as the bell button if you'd like to get notifications on other videos. I do appreciate you as a subscriber, and it really does help my channel if you are subscribed, because YouTube will help with other features that I'd like to use, but because I don't have enough followers, they're not available to me. And if you like this video, please go ahead and hit the thumbs up, because that will help this video also be shown to other people who might be looking for ideas of using 3x4 cards. So as I adhere this, I'm using I think that's a 1/4 inch score tape, and I just want to use it on the white cardstock. And as you can see, I did go a little higher than what I had originally planned, but I end up making it work in the long run. Excuse me. So these cards are really cute. The one has the fork, knife, and spoon. The one I'm adhering now says "Let's eat," and it has like a bunch of different little options that you can check off. And of course, I'll be checking off the breakfast. I will be adding where we had breakfast, and where it says "dine in," I actually changed it to "dining" and wrote the word "outdoor" right above it, because this was outdoor dining. And I do have to adjust my cards because I went a little too far out to the right, and that is what you're seeing me do right now. Of course, right when I hit record, my neighbor decided to start mowing his lawn, so I do apologize if you hear the lawnmower in the background. So once I have this all adhered down, I will be taking the other 2 strips of that green paper, and I will be framing the top part of my cards. So my green striped paper has about 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 inch, somewhere in between there. I would say closer to 1/4 of an inch overhang behind my 3x4 cards. And I do end up cutting cutting it up to the white cardstock, and my 3x4 cards kind of hang over a little bit over the sides of the white cardstock. So I'm struggling today with adhesive. I can't find my usual adhesive runner. My ATG tape is not behaving. So I pulled out this old Basil adhesive, and that's not behaving either. I'm like, I'm struggling today. So this picture was taken on the day after my birthday, and my daughter took me out for brunch, and it's actually the first time since I don't even remember that I've actually eaten at a restaurant. And it's a diner in my town, and they offer outdoor dining. So we decided this was the first time that I actually ate outdoors at a restaurant, and since way before the pandemic. I'm going to use one of these little hearts, little cut aparts actually, and there are tags, and I'm going to use the gray one, and they have a cute little heart, and it also has a line that you can write something on, which you don't end up seeing my line because I will be adding a different cut apart on top of it. And I do apologize for my voice. I don't know what happened recording of this voiceover. Like, my allergies just all of a sudden went crazy. And it could be because they're mowing the lawn. I have no idea. But definitely did affect my voice. So I'm looking at these are the cut aparts, die cuts that come in the kit. And this little black one says, "This was so good." And it really was. Oh my God, their pancakes are amazing. And then we always do this wherever we go. We both decide on 2 plates, and then we split them down the middle and share it. So that way we both get a little bit of what we're each ordering. So I ordered a veggie bowl, and it was like, it had all kinds of vegetables like onions and peppers and mushrooms, spinach, potatoes, and scrambled eggs and cheese. And it was all kind of like layered on top of each other. It was amazing. And then she ordered the pancakes, and of course we split them down the middle. So these hearts I'm cutting out from the 4x6, one of the 4x6 cards that came in the kit. And I probably would have used this card, but I really love the hearts. I like that they were in different colors and different sizes. So I end up cutting a bunch of them out and scattering them around my page. And I will not torture you and make you watch me cut each and every one of them out. So bear with me, and I will soon be skipping through some of this. And here's where I pull out the tape runner, or rather the ATG tape. So, okay, so I have my hearts cut out. I'm going to start adhering everything, and I want to use this gray tag that I cut and kind of use it like a tab on a file, right? So I take my Misty out, my 12x12 Misty, and I'm going to stamp a couple hearts. Now, here was my biggest mistake. I totally forgot to prep my stamp. So it's going to take me multiple tries to get it to be nice and, you know, a nice even color. And but when I do my second heart, which is a different size, you will see, actually my third heart is when I actually use an eraser and prep my surface. And I could have gotten it down on the first stamp, but you know, that happens. Sometimes you have a judgment moment and you forget. So I wanted my hearts to kind of come out from behind the picture. And so as you can see here, I didn't clean the stamp. So now I have my first impression, and hopefully my paper doesn't move. And I have used a scrap paper to cover my cards because, you know, I didn't think of it ahead of time. And yeah, so there will be a little line there. As you can see it, it's not gonna, you know, that's where the papers meet. So I will actually use a marker and fill that part in, and you really can't tell. So I was trying to figure out how I could cover it up, but like I said, I end up using a marker and everything works out perfectly. So at this point, I'm thinking, yeah, I'm done with my stamping. But you'll see that I decide to stamp one more time because I do always like to have, you know, some continuity and do my three clusters. Although in this layout, I kind of have 4 clusters, but I still love how this page turned out. So I'm just using a Faber-Castell Pip pen, and I'm just filling out that little line. And you, like I said, you really can't tell because it's not really that much and it's not noticeable. So I'm going to start adhering my hearts down, and I wanted to make little clusters around the stamped image. And this is what I end up with. I do pop a few of them up to kind of give them a little dimension, and others I put flat, but I only adhered like one side of the page, one side of the heart down, so that the other kind of like still lays off of the paper, so that there's even more dimension on the page. So as I adhere these, I just want to say I really enjoy using Elle Studio products. I've been a subscriber for, I'm probably going to say about a year now, or close to a year, and I have not been disappointed. I love their stamp sets, and you see me use the title builders a lot. I do. That is probably one of my most used stamp sets in my entire collection. They also have the really cute, I think it's called Magical Moments, and it's like kind of Disney inspired, or rather Disney inspired, but you know, it's a whole copyright issue. So that is an awesome stamp set as well. Even if you're not a big Disney fan, I will leave their link to their website down below, and check them out when you have a chance. I think that you would be very happy with their product. And this is not in any way advertisement for them. I do not get paid by them. They did not ask me to make this video. I just wanted to include their products in my video because, you know, that's what I do. I'm only going to promote what I like. So this is a product that I really like. Great quality. The colors are beautiful, and yeah, this is a non-requested advertisement, I guess we could call it. So I am popping up some of these hearts with some 3M, I think this is called mounting tape. And I like using the mounting tape sometimes because it's a little stiffer than foam. And I'm trying to use stuff up that I have in my drawer, especially like in my adhesive drawer, because, eventually all that stuff dries up. So I've had this 3M tape for maybe a year already, because I use different things and I just want to kind of use it up before it dries up. And I just buy that in Home Depot. So I'm going to add my little black strip of This Was So Good. And at first, this is where I was planning on putting it. And I really should have left it there because I really like it there. But then this is where I decided I need to stamp one more time. And I end up peeling it off and using this heart here to add my third stamp. So I'm bringing out the Misty again. And by the way, if this is another product that I absolutely can't live without. I have two of them. I have this 12 by 12 one, and I have one that's like, I think it's 8 by 10. If you're not a strong stamper or a good stamper like me, you need a Misty, because there is something. See, here's where I'm actually using my eraser, and you're going to see the difference when you actually stamp. So even as I put the ink down, I could tell that it was actually taking the ink. And you see how much crisper and better coverage there is. And I think I only have to do this twice. And I was like, whoa. So anyway, going back to the Misty. If you're not a strong stamper, Misty's the way to go. You don't have to worry about, screwing things up and then having to try to line it up again. That is like almost impossible. So when I went to try my little tag down at the bottom, I have a black heart. Now I have a black card. It just wasn't, showing up as well as I wanted to. So I just brought it up to the top of the page, and that'll give me black up on top. And then I took a little chunk of that green paper from the strips behind the cards, and I added it behind the gray tag. Kind of like a little tab. So we're getting really close to the end of this page. I really appreciate you stopping by and watching. If you have any questions, please make sure to leave me a comment below. I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. Oh, I forgot. I do end up using some of the Elle Studio tiny shapes, as well as the Jane alphabet stickers to use for my title, as well as one of the title builder stamps, which I don't think I end up doing on camera, but you will see it at the end of the video. There will be close-ups of my layout, as well as other videos that might interest you. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.